And earlier we sat down with Armenia's foreign minister, Ararat Mirzoyan, here in Paris. Welcome from the brand new Armenian embassy here in Paris. We're honored to be in the company of Armenia's foreign minister, Ararat Mirzoyan. Thank you for speaking with us here at France 24.
Good morning and thank you.
Nice digs.
Welcome to the new Armenian house, new Armenian home in Paris, in the heart of Paris.
Which used to be the residence of the late French president, Valéry Giscard d'Estaing.
True, true.
So tell us about this place.
Well, we have been looking, we were in search for an appropriate building, because moving to a more appropriate building, in the sense that the building should fit with the new nature of Armenian-French relations, the true strategic nature of our relations. So we found this place. We thought that this could be a nice home.
Now, you didn't come to Paris as a building inspector. You came as a Sherpa because you have some big summits coming up at the start of next month. The French president will be headed to Armenia. You'll also have a major cooperation summit of European and Asian countries, an EU summit the next day. It's a busy time. Why now, at this moment, do these two summits matter? What with war on your border with Iran?
Well, basically, the summits have been planned long before the escalation in Mideast. These events are truly significant. First, European Political Community Summit. The decision was made several months ago, before all the even early signs of escalation, and also Armenia-EU Summit, first ever Armenia-EU Summit, and of course, state visit of President Macron of France to Armenia, and moreover, immediately after the European Political Community Summit, we are also having Yerevan Dialogue, which is an international diplomatic forum. It's already the third edition of this forum, so many of our colleagues, diplomats, experts, representatives of media, and the expert community, this is going to be a huge gathering, and these are going to be very busy days in Yerevan.
Now, you're in a rough neighborhood. You have Azerbaijan on one side, Turkey on the other, Iran to the south. But it's also been, in a way, good times the last couple of years for Armenia in terms of growth. You're a strategic passageway.
Yes, we just, in last December, we signed with the EU, adopted with the European Union a document which is named Strategic Agenda of EU-Armenian Partnership. So doing this, the two sides, Armenia and the European Union, acknowledge that this agenda of bilateral relations, they have, again, strategic nature.
Yeah, that peace treaty that was signed by President Trump with Azerbaijan, at the heart of it is road and rail links.
Indeed, we now have peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan. This was established and declared in August, 8th of August 2025 in White House, with participation and as witnessed by President Trump of United States. And since then, we are enjoying this peace. Moreover, with Azerbaijan, we not only haven't had any new injuries, any new casualties along the Armenian-Azerbaijani border, but we also started bilateral trade. Azerbaijan lifted ban for transit of Armenian goods or goods to Armenia. We started bilateral trade. We are buying some oil products from Azerbaijan. Now we will be selling some products to Azerbaijan. So this is an unbelievable thing. This is evidence of true peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan. We initialed the peace treaty, and now we're looking forward to institutionalizing this peace. The delimitation of the border between two countries is going on. The representatives of expert community, media community visit each other. Armenians go to Azerbaijan. Azerbaijanis come to Armenia. Moreover, we also have very productive dialogue with Turkey to normalize relations, to establish diplomatic relations between Armenia and Turkey, and also to open the border between Armenia and Turkey. Basically, since you mentioned all of our neighbors, we have four neighbors: Azerbaijan in the east, Turkey in west. We have Georgia in north, with whom we have brilliant relations, and these relations have always been relations of brotherly nations. And also in south we have Iran, with whom again we have very normal neighborly relations, and we are very much concerned, of course, about this escalation in Middle East.
Brotherly relations with Iran, the war dragging on. What does that mean for Armenia, besides, of course, the rise of prices at the pump? Does it mean you'll have more traffic coming your way, people bypassing Iran? Does it mean there's a threat of a spillover? What do you see this as, a danger or an opportunity? What's going on?
Well, first of all, we are strong supporters of lasting peace in Iran and around Iran. We just established our own peace with our own neighbor, Azerbaijan, and now we can only pray for lasting peace in Iran. When it comes to the flow of traffic, there was some change of traffic during the hostilities, during the war, but I wouldn't say that there was a major change. This is, first of all, of course, about people. We supported evacuation of diplomats and citizens of third nations, European nations, through our territory, and this is quite normal. We're always there to help. Ready to help. But when it comes to citizens of Armenia and citizens of Iran, there wasn't any major change of flow from Iran to Armenia. Well, air traffic, this is obviously a different thing, since the airspace was closed, not only over Iran, but also some of Arab countries. There was some shift, and many air carriers, they preferred Armenian airspace.
Right now, it's not just about the immediate neighborhood, it's about how you're a transit hub throughout the Caucasus, right? And some are saying that Armenia is positioning itself as the alternative to Georgia, in a way.
Well, I wouldn't observe this new opportunity for Armenia in this, under this light. I mean, it's not about competition, it's about unblocking South Caucasus. Because for decades and decades, Armenia was under blockade. The borders on east and west, they were closed. Now we spoke already about the peace established in Washington. So
but if Georgia is taking a more autocratic turn, then Armenia is a more attractive place to do business.
Well, in any case, you know, the flow of goods from east to west or from west to east is really huge, and if we have another alternative and then another alternative route and then another alternative route, I don't think that any of those would suffer of lack of transit. But yes, this unblocking of transport infrastructure was one of the major accomplishments of establishment of peace between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Now we discuss with our American partners how to reconstruct, rebuild railways which can connect Armenia and Azerbaijan, and then also Turkey. We speak about electricity grids, we discuss possibilities of oil gas pipelines. So this is not only about railway, this is not about automotive roads, etc. So this is about huge infrastructure which is going to be unblocked or reconstructed or constructed newly in Armenia, and this obviously will become a very critical chain in middle corridor, in flow of goods and people and services between Europe and Central Asia.
So you have, on the one hand, this promise of growth, this potential for growth. On the other hand, there's still the sting of that war that was lost by the enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh to Azerbaijan. As you head towards elections in less than 6 weeks now, a general election, which way will the voters go on that?
Well, you know, the wounds of this war are still fresh. It's not easy to forget, and there is no necessity to forget. I mean, we will, of course, remember, but we also should analyze, and we also should understand and realize that our nation, the people of Armenia and Republic of Armenia, should now focus on present and future. Rather than remain in past. So we are very much focusing now on future. There are so many new opportunities in Armenia when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to AI, I don't know, data centers, modern schools, education, universities, so many things are really happening in Armenia, and it's very indicative. The economy of Armenia, it was, I would say, flourishing during the recent couple of years, despite all the obstacles, international, global, local obstacles. So we are looking forward, looking to the future, and my deep belief is that people of Armenia, they strongly support peace agenda of this government. They strongly support further democratization of Armenia, and they strongly support intention of this government of Armenia to deepen ties with the European Union. The people of Armenia, they do have European aspirations, and when we travel to regions, because we are approaching our elections, we speak to people, we look into their eyes.
So they have these European aspirations. Ararat Mirzoyan, one final question on this, which is, there's one country we haven't mentioned, Russia. And a lot of Armenians I've spoken to feel misgivings about the fact that despite a defense agreement, Russia did not intervene in Armenia's favor when there was the war over Nagorno-Karabakh. Now, as with the closening ties, with an EU summit about to happen in Yerevan, does that, so to speak, poke the bear? Does it annoy Moscow, and does it alienate Moscow? And are you worried that this is going to have the Russians turning on the Armenians the way they did on the Ukrainians?
Well, I believe all sorts of relations, they have bright sides and some spots where there is no agreement between the sides. Of course, Armenia-Russia relations are not exclusion. Indeed, in Armenia, there is frustration regarding Russia's role, or I would say absence of any role, when sovereign territory of Republic of Armenia was attacked, and borders of Republic of internationally acknowledged borders of Republic of Armenia were violated 3 years ago, and also this brought to huge discussions in Armenian society. We definitely don't want to have a conflict with Russia. We don't want to spoil relations with Russia. Peoples of Armenia and Russia, they are very much connected economy-wise, culturally. So we will continue our normal friendly relations. At least this is our intention.
Do you fear Russian interference in the elections?
But also we acknowledge...
Do you fear Russian interference in the elections?
The elections is a mechanism to make the choice of people, of citizens of Republic of Armenia. And no one in the world has the right to interfere. No one in the world. So we will do our best. We will guarantee the transparent, democratic elections in Republic of Armenia. And whatever is the choice of people of Armenia, it should be respected by everybody in this world.
Ararat Mirzoyan, so many thanks for welcoming us
Thank
to this
you.
new embassy here in Paris.
Thank you.